Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Mohanty and you are watching Padarth Vigyan. So students, welcome to lecture number 5 of the revision series. In this lecture, we will solve a few numericals based on the concept of heating effect of electric current and electric power. So let's get started. So look at the first question on the board. The question is, several electric bulbs designed to be used on a 220 volt electric supply line are rated 10 watt. How many lamps can be connected in parallel with each other across the two wires of 220 volt line if the maximum allowable current is 5 ampere? So what is the meaning of this question? The question says that we have electric bulb whose power is 10 watt. Is that clear? तामने से electric bulb रो power rating कहते 10 watt power and it is constructed to work or to operate at 220 volt. तामने power rating रो power होची 10 watt and voltage होची 220 volt. The question is, how many lamps can be connected in parallel with each other across the two wires of a 220 volt line? आमे जानिछे we have a positive wire, we have a negative wire and the potential difference between the two wires is 220 volt. So आम पाखरे 220 volt रो गोटे सोर्स अछि. So question होचे या जे how many lamps can be connected in parallel with each other across the two wires of a 220 volt line if the maximum allowable current is 5 ampere. तामने से entire combination रे आमे maximum 5 ampere रा current आमे pass करि परिबा. So let us solve this question. So we have to calculate how many lamps can we connect in parallel. Suppose we can connect n number of lamps in parallel. Let n lamps can be connected. N lamps can be connected in parallel. Can be connected in parallel. So let me draw the diagram first. This is the first lamp, then we have a second lamp. This is the second lamp, like this, and suppose this is the nth lamp. तामने आमे suppose n टा lamp को आमे parallel रे connect करि परिबा and all these lamps are in parallel and they are connected to a 220 volt supply. Is that clear? तामने potential difference, the total potential difference केते कहिछि 220 volt and आमे कोन करछे ना suppose आमे n टा lamp को आमे लगेछे parallel रे and each lamp ro power केते 10 watt. The power of each lamp is 10 watt. Is that clear? आउ कोन क्वेश्चन कहिछि जे आमे सर्किट रे आमे मैक्सिमम 5 एम्पियर करंट अलाउ करि परिबा. त माने जदी करंट रा वैल्यू 5 एम्पियर अधिक होई जिवो माने टोटल करंट सर्किट रा टोटल करंट जदी 5 एम्पियर अधिक होई जिवो देन the circuit may be damaged. त माने मैक्सिमम अलाउबल करंट इज 5 एम्पियर. त माने सर्किट रे टोटल 5 एम्पियर करंट फ्लो ही परिबो. इज दैट क्लियर? ओके. तो जते बेले हमें 10 वाट रो बल्ब को लगेबा इन पैरेलल अक्रॉस ए 220 वोल्ट सप्लाई तार मीनिंग कोन जेतु समस्त अछनी पैरेलल रे त माने द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अक्रॉस ऑल दिस बल्ब्स पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस अक्रॉस ऑल दिस बल्ब्स will be same, that is equal to 220 volt. त माने फर्स्ट बल्ब अक्रॉस रे 220 volt आसीबो सप्लाई, सेकंड लैंप रो अक्रॉस रे आसीबो 220 volt voltage. Similarly nth बल्ब रो बा nth लैंप रो अक्रॉस रे से सेम 220 volt रो voltage आसीबो. So what is the current through each lamp? Current through each lamp केते हबो? each lamp रे current calculate करबे केमिति करबा हम जानछे P equal to VI. so I केते हबो P by V and सबु बल्ब रो बा सबु लैंप रो पावर सेम and सबु लैंप अक्रॉस रे सेम वोल्टेज अछि. so current through each lamp केते हबो 10 watt by 220 volt. P by V, current equal to how much? P by V, 10 watt by 220 volt, that is equal to 1 by 22 ampere. Is that clear? तमने each bulb रे बा each lamp रे 1 by 22 ampere amount रो current flow हबो. इज दैट क्लियर एंड जेहेतु आम पाखे n टा लैंप अच्छी आम पाखे n टा लैंप अच्छी ता माने टोटल करंट केते हे जिवो टोटल करंट केते हे जिवो 10 into 1 by 22 ampere. Is that clear? Because if we add the individual currents, we will get the total current. ता माने सर्किट रे total current केते आसीबो n into 1 by 22 ampere. 1 by 22 ampere is the current through a single lamp, and we have assumed that we have connected n number of lamps in parallel, so the total current will be how much? N into 1 by 22 ampere. And according to question, the total current should not exceed 5 ampere. ता माने total current रो maximum value केते हबो 5 ampere हमें allow करि परिबा. ता माने n into 1 by 22 बा n by 22 equal to 5. Is that clear? So n केते हे जिवो n हे जिवो 5 into 22 that equal to 110. ता माने हमें 10 वाट रो 110 बा 110 टा बल्ब को हमें लगे परिबा पैरेलल रे across 220 volt supply, so that the maximum allowable current is 5 ampere. So in this way we can solve this question, and now we'll proceed to the next one. Now look at question number 2. The question is, compare the power used in the 2 ohm resistors in each of the following circuits. The first one is a 6 volt battery in series with 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistors. The second one is a 4 volt battery is in parallel with 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistors. So we have two circuits. In the first circuit we have a 6 volt battery, and this battery is connected in series with 2 resistors whose resistances are 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively. So let me draw the diagram first. So this is 1 ohm resistor and this is 2 ohm resistor. Eta hochi 1 ohm, eta hochi 2 ohm, and the battery is 6 volt. We have a 6 volt battery. Is that clear? This is the first circuit diagram. In the second circuit diagram we have a 4 volt battery, and it is connected in parallel with 12 ohm and 2 ohm resistors. Means we have two resistors, 12 ohm and 2 ohm, and we have a battery whose value is 4 volt. The potential difference is 4 volt. Is that clear? This is 12 volt and this is 12 ohm, and this one is 2 ohm, and the battery is of 4 volt. Okay, so we have to compare the power used in the 2 ohm resistor. आमे देखि पारुछे जे कोन बोथ सर्किट रे हम पाखरे 2 ohm resistor अछि. So हमें कैलकुलेट करबा व्हाट इज द पावर कंज्यूम्ड बाय these 2 ohm resistors in both the circuits. एटा होछि सर्किट नंबर 2. So देखो power calculate करया पई we have various formulas. What is the first formula? P केते? P होछि VI, किंबा हम लिखि परिबा V square by R लिखि परिबा, or we can write I square R. Is that clear? Okay, so just look at the second diagram. Second diagram रे कोन अछि ना the 12 ohm and this 2 ohm resistors are connected in parallel with this 4 volt battery. ता माने जदि बैटरी रो वोल्टेज होछि 4 वोल्ट, ता माने 12 ओम रेजिस्टर अक्रॉस रे 4 वोल्ट आसीबो वोल्टेज. सिमिलरली 2 ओम रेजिस्टर अक्रॉस रे 4 वोल्ट आसीबो वोल्टेज. इज दैट क्लियर? तो सेकंड केस रे पावर को कैलकुलेट करया पई व्हिच वन इज द इजियर मेथड? हमें जानि छे वोल्टेज केते 4 वोल्ट, रेजिस्टेंस ला केते 2 ओम. सो हमें इजीली बाहर करि परबो व्हाट इज द पावर कंज्यूम्ड बाय this 2 ohm resistor in the second circuit. तो ए केस रे पावर केते आसीबो? लेट मी राइट P2 रे केते आसीबो V square by R. V square by R. ओके, सो V केते 4 वोल्ट, तो एटा हिजबो 16, 4 स्क्वायर केते हो 16 by R केते? R होची 2. सो 16 by 2 means 8 watt. इज दैट क्लियर? ता माने सेकंड सर्किट रे जो 2 ohm रेजिस्टर अछि से 2 ohm रेजिस्टर अक्रॉस रे बा से 2 ohm रेजिस्टर केते पावर कंज्यूम करबो? 8 watt. Is that clear? Now come to the first circuit. In the first circuit the battery is of 6 volt. Is that clear? The battery is of 6 volt, and here we have 2 resistors which are connected in series, 1 ohm and this is 2 ohm. ठीक अछि. तो हम ए केस रे हमें को फार्मूला यूज करबा? सो we can calculate the total resistance of the circuit. Since they are in series, the total resistance of the circuit is how much? Rs equal to 1 ohm plus 2 ohm equal to 3 ohm. ठीक है जी? So 3 ohm is the total resistance of the circuit. Then what is the current in the circuit? Current केते ही जिवो 6 volt by 3 ohm, that equal to 2 ampere. 6 volt by 3 ohm equal to 2 ampere. तमने circuit रे 2 ampere amount रो current flow होची. Is that clear? And we know that in series combination the same current flows through each component. Here 1 ohm and 2 ohm are in series. It means this 2 ampere of current will pass through 1 ohm as well as 2 ohm. तमने ए 2 ohm resistor रे 2 ampere amount रो current pass करिवो. ठीक अछि? तो जदि गोटे resistor रो resistance जणा अछि and the amount of current flowing through it जणा अछि, then we can use this formula I square R to calculate it. ठीक अछि? So ए केस रे P1 power across this 2 ohm resistor केते आसीबो? Current रो square into resistance I square into R. Current केते अछि? 2 ampere. So 2 square into R केते? 2 ohm. So 2 square is 4. 4 into 2 will be 8. So again we'll get the same answer 8 watt. तमाने both circuit रे 2 ohm रो resistor same amount रो power consume करिवो and the value is 8 watt. ठीक अछि? So remember that we have these three formulas to calculate power: VI, V square by R and I square R. And remember that if you use any formula, you will get the same answer. Let me show you. तो आमे भी कौन कले ए फर्स्ट केस रे आमे कौन देखले जे 2 ohm रेजिस्टर रे आमे केते अमाउंट रो पावर पाउचे 8 वाट रो पावर पाउचे. आमे को फॉर्मूला यूज कले आमे यूज कले v स्क्वायर बाय r. आमे जानिचे जेहेतु से माने अछंती पैरेलल रे त माने बैटरी रो जहा वोल्टेज अछि दैट वोल्टेज विल डेवलप अक्रॉस द रेजिस्टर 2 ohm. तो जदि आमे बे चाहिबा टू अप्लाई I square R formula, then also the answer will be same 8 watt. Let me show you. Okay, so I square R formula apply करिया पई हमको देखे को हबो जे 2 ohm resistor रे केते अमाउंट रो करंट फ्लो होची. 2 ohm resistor रे केते अमाउंट रो करंट फ्लो होची. सो करंट पाया पई हमको यूज करे को पड़िबो ओम्स लॉ. 2 ohm resistor across रे voltage केते 4 volt. So current केते हे जिवो? करंट हे जिवो 4 volt by 2 ohm, that is equal to 2 ampere. Is that clear? तो what is the power consumed by this 2 ohm? Power केते हे जिवो? I square R. So 2 square into R केते 2. Again you will get 8 watt. So remember that you can use any formula, any one of these three formula, you will get the same answer 8 watt. Is that clear? So in this way you can solve this question. And now we'll proceed to the next one. Now look at the next question. This is a theoretical question, not a numerical based. The question is how does electric power vary with resistance? तमाने electric power टा directly proportional ना indirectly proportional to resistance. So students हमें जानी चाहिए power of formula कौन? P equal to VI, P equal to I square R, P equal to V square by R. Is that clear? Okay. So just ignore this formula. Now focus on these two formulas. P equal to I square R and P equal to V square by R. P equal to I square R and P equal to V square by R. If I look at this formula, then you can see that power is directly proportional to resistance. Power is directly proportional to resistance. It is clear from the formula P equal to I square R. किंतु जदि हमें देखिबा this formula P equal to V square by R, then you can see that power is inversely proportional to resistance. Is that clear? And both these formulas are correct. P equal to I square R, that is correct. P equal to V square by R, that is also correct. So in one case we are getting that power is directly proportional to resistance. In the second case we are getting that power is inversely proportional to resistance. Then which one is correct? आमे हमर आंसर कोन आसीबो जे पावर टा डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल ना इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू रेजिस्टेंस. द आंसर इज if the same current the same current passes through, if the same current passes through all the resistors, if the same current passes through all the resistors, means all the resistors are in series, तो से केस रे कोन हबो, power will be directly proportional to resistance. देखो जदि सबु रेजिस्टर रे सेम करंट पास करिवो त माने I is constant, तो से केस रे कोन हबो, power will be directly proportional to resistance. But if the same potential difference, if the same potential difference or same voltage appears across all the resistors, तो से केस रे कोन हबो, P will be inversely proportional to resistance. So these are the two conditions. जदि सबु रेजिस्टर रे सेम करंट पास करूची, then in that case power will be directly proportional to resistance. किंतु जदि सबु रेजिस्टर रे सेम वोल्टेज appear होची बा डेवलप होची, तो से केस रे कोन हबो, power will be inversely proportional to resistance. I will show you with a proof. Suppose we will take two resistors. Let us say this is 3 ohm and this is 5 ohm. Is that clear? 3 ohm and 5 ohm. And these two resistors are connected in series. And the battery is of 16 volt. आमे गोटे 16 volt रे गोटे battery connect करिचे. We have two resistors 3 ohm and 5 ohm and they are connected in series. आमे जानिचे कोन ना series connection रे सबु resistor रे same amount रा current flow हुए. त माने in this circuit diagram, the same current will flow through 3 ohm and 5 ohm. तो जदि same current pass करूची, then power is directly proportional to resistance. तमे देखिबा एडी हम प्रूफ करिबा जे 5 ohm resistance रे अधिक पावर कंज्यूम होबो, 3 ohm resistance रे कम पावर कंज्यूम होबो. काहे कि since power is directly proportional to resistance, it means जदि resistance अधिक अछि, power अधिक आसीबो. तमे हम एठी शो करिबा जे 5 ohm resistance ता अधिक पावर कंज्यूम करिबो. Okay, so let us prove it. So the total resistance in this circuit will be how much? Rs equal to 3 ohm plus 5 ohm, that is equal to 8 ohm, and the total voltage is 16 volt. So kete amount ra current flow of circuit re na 16 volt by 8 ohm, that equal to 2 ampere. 2 ampere amount ra current flow hobo in this circuit, and this 2 ampere amount of current will flow through 3 ohm as well as through 5 ohm. ठीक अछि, तबे बाहर करिबा what is the power across 3 ohm. 3 ohm across रे 3 ohm केते पावर कंज्यूम करिवो ना I square into R. So I केते 2, so 2 square into R केते 3, so 4 into 3 equal to 12 watt. Is that clear? Now what is the power consumed by 5 ohm? P across 5 ohm केते होबो एटा, again I square R put करिबा, I केते 2 ampere, so 2 square into R केते 5, so 4 into 5 will be 20 watt. You can say that the 5 ohm resistor consumes 20 watt of power while the 3 ohm resistor consumes 12 watt of power. ता माने अधिक resistance अधिक amount रो power consume करे. ता माने P is directly proportional to resistance if the same current passes through all the resistors. बा में कहि परिबा जदि a number of devices are connected in series, then जो resistor रो resistance अधिका थिबो बा maximum थिबो, that resistance will consume maximum power. Now let us come to the second point. If the same voltage appears across all the resistor, बा में कहि परिबा all the resistors are connected in parallel, बा the devices are connected in parallel, तो से केस रे कोन हबो, जो डिवाइस रो रेजिस्टेंस कम थिबो तार अधिका थिबो पावर. So let us prove it. Suppose we have two resistors. This is of 3 ohm and this one is of 6 ohm, and it is connected to a battery. Let us say the voltage is 9 volt. Okay, 9 volt. So now we'll calculate the power consumed by 3 ohm and the power consumed by 6 ohm. Since they are in parallel, the same voltage will be developed across each of them. ठीक अछि तमने 3 ohm across रे 9 volt voltage आसीबो and 6 ohm across रे same 9 volt रो voltage आसीबो. And according to this definition से कोन कहूची the same voltage appear होची across all the resistors, then power will be inversely proportional resistance. तमने जदि resistance अधिक आसीबो power कमी जिवो. So let us prove it. Now the voltage across 3 ohm is 9 volt and voltage across 6 ohm is also 9 volt. So we can calculate the power across 3 ohm. Power across 3 ohm kete habo V square by R. So V kete 9 volt. So 9 ra square means 81 by R kete 3 ohm, that is equal to 27 watt. Now what is power across 6 ohm or power consumed by 6 ohm? Eta kete habo again apply V square by R. So V square kete habo 9 ra square by 81 by R kete 6. So 81 by 6 will be how much? 27. This one is 13.5 watt. Is that clear? 13.5 watt. So we कौन देखिले ना 3 ohm resistance टा अधिक power consume करूची as compared to the 6 ohm resistance. Also you can calculate the power by using the formula I square R. Okay, you can also use the formula I square R. But for that you have to calculate what is the current flowing through 6 ohm and what is the current flowing through 3 ohm. Series रे कोन हुए सबु resistor रे same current flow होबो, but in parallel different current flow होबो. So if we want to calculate the power using the formula I square R, let us calculate what is the current flowing through 3 ohm and what is the current flowing through 6 ohm. So how to calculate it? Current through the 3 ohm. Suppose it is I1. I1 is the current through 3 ohm and I2 is the current through 6 ohm. So I1 kete asibo? The voltage across 3 ohm is 9 volt. So 9 volt by 3 ohm equal to 3 ampere. Tamane 3 ampere amount of current is flowing through this 3 ohm resistance. And what is the current flowing through 6 ohm? 9 volt by 6 ohm, that is equal to 1.5 ampere. Tamane 6 ohm resistance re 1.5 ampere amount ra current flow hochi. So what is the power consumed by 3 ohm? Let us apply I square R formula. So 3 ohm re kete current flow hochi? 3 ampere current flow hochi. So I1 square into R, eta kete hijibo 3 square into 3. So 3 square is 9, 9 into 3 will be 27 watt. Now what is the power consumed by 6 ohm resistor? Look at the current flowing through 6 ohm, that is 1.5 ampere. So 1.5 pro square into R kete 6. So 1.5 pro square kete habo 2.25. 2.25 into 6, the answer will be 13.5 watt. Okay, so whether you apply V square by R formula or I square into R formula, you will get the same answer. But remember that if the same current passes through all the resistors, then power is directly proportional to resistance. But if the same voltage appears across all the resistors, then power is inversely proportional to resistance. So with this, today's class is completed. Hopefully you have understood every concept that has been taught to you in this class. And if so, then please hit the like button, and if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to it and press the bell icon to get all the future notifications, and share this video among your friends so that everyone will be benefited. And again, thanks a lot for watching this one.